Hello and welcome to this tutorial in Mice Toolkit. In this video I'm going to talk about group nodes. Group nodes is a simple way of organizing a part of your workflow into one single node. You can do this to simplify the workflow to give you a better overview. You can also save your group node into your own group library. And this is useful if this is a function that you use a lot and you don't want to build that part of your workflow from scratch every time. In this example, I have loaded a CT image into the workspace. This part of the workflow creates a mask for the brain. So I threshold the image, then I perform some morphological operations, and then I fill all the holes in the mask to create a solid mask. I'm going to use this mask to calculate the statistical properties of the image. So let's say I want to group these nodes together into one single node. First of all, I'm going to disconnect the image and move that aside for now. Now, we have to define the inputs and the outputs of our group, and we do that using repeaters. If you don't know what repeaters are, I suggest you go back and look at the repeaters video. I will link to that video in the description below and on the upper right hand corner. I want one input to my data, and that is an image. So I'm going to select an image repeater from the repeaters menu, and I'm going to rename that repeater CT. Now we also need repeaters for the outputs. First, I want to output the mask, so I'm going to get a mask repeater. And secondly, I want to output the data, so I also need a data repeater. I'm going to name this repeater statistics, and I am going to name the other repeater mask. Now I just need to connect the inputs and the output nodes to where they go in the workflow. So I'm going to do the CT input in two places, and then I need to connect the output of the statistics node to the statistics repeater. Now, to create a group from these nodes, I highlight all the nodes that I want contained inside the group, right-click on any of the nodes inside the group, and select Create Group. Now, to change the name of the group, I simply go to the node settings and set the name to CT Statistics. I can also add a tooltip. And that tooltip will show up if you hover the mouse over the information icon of the node. Now I can simply connect my image to the input of this node and execute. And if I highlight this group node, I can see that I return the mask and the statistical data in the table format. If I want to edit the group, I simply double-click on the group node. This will open up a new process window that shows me the contents of the group, and I can even add or remove nodes if I want to do that. When I've made my changes, I can simply close this down and it will be saved for this group. Finally, I want to add this to the group library, and I can do that by right-clicking on the node and going to Group, Add to Library. You can find the group library in the menu item called My Group Library, and here we can find the statistics node that we just added. It's also possible to create folders in the group library, and we can do that by going to Group, Open Group Folder. This will open up the folder where all the groups are stored. To create the folder, simply right-click and select New Folder. I'm going to name this Statistics. Now I can just copy the group that I just created into that folder and close this window down and go to Group and Refresh Library. If we look in my group library now, we can see that we have a folder called Statistics with a statistics node inside. So that's all I wanted to show you in this video. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.